This conference will now be recorded.
So before I start the demo, let me introduce myself. I have overall, almost like overall, like I have around 16 years of more than 16 years of experience. I started my career with ABAP. Then I moved to SAP UI5, Fiori, ABAP OData. I worked on various S4 HANA implementation projects, and I moved to BTP. And I worked on BTP, various BTP services. Like I worked on the mobile services. I worked on SAP build work zone, build process automation. I worked on PDMS. Okay. I worked on the SAP Joule. I'm started working on it. Okay. So, and I developed various Capm applications in BTP, and I worked on the various AA. Now everything is Gen AA. I'm currently working on the Gen AA projects. So this is my experience. Coming to the training from past more than 10 years, I'm giving training on various topics like BTP, Capm, Node.js, SAP UFI, RAP, CPI, okay, Node.js, JavaScript, Fiori elements, ABAP series, UI annotations, S4 HANA, in-app and side-by-side extensions, okay, ABAP, OData, ABAP. These are the various trainings which I'm giving. Okay, so that is my the training experience as well as I'm currently working. Okay, so now let's come to the today about the Capm. Okay, so let's discuss demo. Let's start the demo on the Capm. Now, before I start the demo, I just want to let you know that what are the topics which I'll be covering in the today's demo. So, why SAP Cloud Application Programming Model is required? Of course, we have S4 HANA on-premises system. What is the need of having Capm? And next, what is BTP? As everyone are moving to the BTP and everyone are talking about Joule, everything, right? So of course we have to, the Joule is available in the BTP platform. Okay, so then what is BTP? Before getting into what is the Joule, we need to understand what is BTP. And also we develop applications in BTP itself. Why? That we are going to discuss. And what is Capm in BTP we are going to discuss. Yes, we are going to use framework of the Capm. We are going to use Node.js and JavaScript to develop the Cap applications. What are those? And what is Node.js single thread model? Of course, everything. Why Capm to develop applications? Why they have picked the Node.js as a framework? Because they have a lot of advantages. What is that single thread model? So that is what is it we are going to discuss. Design principles of Capm, and absolutely nowadays everyone wants to develop the fast. So what makes us Capm to simplify its development, that we are going to discuss, and what are the golden parts of the Capm we are going to discuss, and one small cap development we are going to do in BTP. Now, yes, let's move to the next. Now we understood what is Capm, what is BTP, and the main thing is Joule. Now everyone are talking about Joule. What is Joule? SAP Joule. What it does for us, how it is built, how we are going to build the Joule. Okay, and what kind of things can a custom Joule skill can do? Very important point. Custom Joule skills and Joule for developers. Absolutely. Now everyone want the development fast. How we will develop? Of course, Joule for developers will help us life easy to develop the developments very fast. So what is that Joule for developers that we are going to discuss? So these are the topics which we are going to discuss. Clear? Next, why Capm? Anyone knows why Capm? Anyone? Anyone knows why Capm? Anyone? Why we have want Capm? We have a S4 HANA system. We have okay, but still why we need to go to the Capm? Okay,
For
so to
cloud purpose,
understand, yeah, sorry, come again.
for cloud purpose, we use Capm,
Okay,
cloud
what else?
applications,
Okay,
and
availability
that's
and
quite
scale.
universally. This all Node.js and all these are universal, right? When web development happens, so maybe
Hmm.
SAP want to use that technology for. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay,
Sorry.
okay,
I
no, no,
think
please
it
go ahead.
has to.
For
I think it has
reason
to do with.
One by one, yeah, please.
I think it has to do with getting data from different sources and build an application in the cloud, including SAP.
Hmm. Okay, we can get even in on-premises system also, no? Calling the APIs. from different sources. Okay, what else? Okay, so why Capm? So if you want to understand the origin of SAP Cloud Application Programming Model, we need to understand the our history of the classical programming projects that we are doing. Classical people are in ECC. Okay, so how it has come, we need to understand. Then only the advantage of the Capm will come into the picture. Why Capm is required? So everyone knows that SAP has built a software in such a way that that they are offering the functionalities that most of the companies have a similar need. So that is the reason we are going to the SAP every client and purchasing the product. Once we purchase the product, what we are doing, we are customizing the settings of the functionality to certain extent, and we are adopting the system and process to their approach. Obviously, what we did, every client went to the SAP. The SAP has built in such a ERP product in such a way that most of the companies can use that product in such a way they have built it, and every company is purchasing it, and they're using it, and they're extending it to a certain extent. And also every company has its own custom process, and then doing lot of enhancements. Very important point, a lot of enhancements like user exits, baddies, modification uh, modifications to the standard code by enhancements points. So a lot of deep enhancements is doing. Correct. So SAP has integrated most of the functionality which we need to extend an SAP system into the same system. So obviously every company has its own. So now there need to be extensions has to be done. So SAP ERP comes with extension called ABAP, which is a workbench and ABAP programming language, ABAP, right? So this allows developers to work efficiently, and they don't want to worry. Also, very important point, they need not require to worry about common aspects like authentication, setting up of database, and necessary permissions. Okay, everything is done, and they're giving a system for us. So where the nothing the developers need to worry about it, setting up of the connections and everything is they're giving pre-packed ERP product for us. So we got it, and developer need to just focus on the business logic itself, and also a lot of enhancements will be doing, modifications will be increasing, and which will be expensive and cumbersome when we are trying to do migrations, when we are trying to do upgrade. Lot of effort will be happening to that system, because lot of deep enhancements, custom solutions, everything is done in one system, and your entire business is sitting in the system. And if your entire business is sitting in the system and you're doing deep enhancements, deep what you can say at OS levels, running the scripts and everything we are doing, and when you're doing upgradation, migrations, anything, it is very too risky because all your business sitting in one system. Again, as the number of enhancements and modifications increases, updates to the system becomes expensive and cumbersome. Correct? So now that is the reason customer ask for more functionality faster with a better experience. As SAP GUI is the whole thing which we have, and customers asking for the better and faster and the better experience. Of course, the web has become most important, and SAP released with some intermediate steps, all intermediate steps called SAP UI5, which is SAP Fiori, a framework where we are implementing the user interface and SAP Fiori design guidelines using JavaScript. Even though it is not, it is an intermediate step where they have introduced, they realized that everyone, all other clients or I would say other companies or other softwares which are moving to the web application, and SAP has to come out it. That is the reason they have come up with the intermediate step called SAP UFM and Fiori. So that is the reason we are moving from SAP GUI to SAP Fiori applications. But that is not the complete solution. And also there is a slogan, keep the core clean. Very important. Keep the core clean means SAP recommends against SAP is against doing deep enhancements to the core system itself. So what will happen? Over customizing system at the base level, it becomes very, very difficult when we do upgrades, whatever. So it is harder to connect new up, because when you have a OS levels, deep enhancements, a deep thing, it will be when you want to connect again new applications and data sources without breaking the efficiency, it will be too hard. Correct? Yes or no? Doing the deep enhancement that the system at the anything is too hard. Okay, the biggest challenge is that while creating and maintaining that applications, okay, everything is one developer called ABAP. We have to identify the ABAP resource, only ABAP resource. So now clients are expecting that I want a stable framework for the business application development during the lifetime of the application, which is in the cloud they want, because they want to using the slogan called keep the core clean. Okay, they want to move out from the SAP system, but all the clients are very worried about moving out from the SAP system because they have used to it with stable environment, connecting to the database, logging mechanism, everything is there in SAP system. There's nothing we need to worry, and they're expecting the same thing in the cloud. What is that? They want a stable framework. So the application need to work even if you want to change the underlying infrastructure business logic, because see, if you look at a cloud is an unstable environment. Okay, today one technology will come and tomorrow another new technology, tomorrow itself another new technology will come, the one which you are working today will be deprecated in the cloud. Very unstable environment. So moving to the cloud, clients are not stable or not worrying because they're very familiar and very happy with the on-premises system, but doing the deep enhancements in one system is not good. So the client is expecting that, hey, the applications need to work even if you want to change the underlying infrastructure or business logic. Okay, app development is complex, everyone knows. Moving to the cloud also opens us modern programming model in various languages for developers to create. We can write any language moving to the cloud. But why we are moving? Because doing the deep enhancements, deep things, everything in one system is not good. So moving to the cloud is fine. It is the best approach. And but the clients are not moving because of the uncertainty of the cloud environments. So that is the reason SAP has created the cloud application programming model with precisely keeping in this mind. So customers familiar with deploying, maintaining and developing SAP applications have turned to SAP with questions about developing in the cloud. Obviously, all the clients are asking questions to the SAP. Okay, we moved to the cloud, but deploying, maintaining and developing applications will have lot of questions. So SAP wants the framework to make it easier for the developers to use SAP services system while taking the advantage in the cloud. So SAP has come up with the framework called Capm. So using that framework, you can develop the applications in such a way so that you will be life for the developers will be make it easier. This includes examples SAP S4 HANA, SAP BTP. Is it clear? Now understood what is the advantage of using Capm? The cloud application programming model is an effective way to develop application services in the cloud, and it provides developers to ability to rapidly develop, test and deploy applications using proven best practices which is provided by the Capm. Okay, the framework comprises a mix of widely used open sources and SAP tools and technologies. So they have come up with the framework for us so that whatever the on-premises system with a stable environment with the same authentications logging, they're coming with the same framework in the CAPM. Okay, so CAPM, SAP Cloud Application Programming Model, is a framework of languages. It aims to guide developer framework of languages, libraries, and tools for building enterprise-grade services and applications. It aims to guide developers on a safe path with a proven best practices and wide range of out-of-the-box solutions for recurring tasks. So that is called the CAPM. So why CAPM is required? Is it clear? Any questions? Is it clear now why CAP is required? Clear. Next, what is BTP? Anyone knows what is BTP? Anyone, please. Hello, you guys are able to hear me, right? Anyone, what is BTP? Because nowadays everything is BTP only.
It's a
Okay.
platform where you run your applications.
Okay. Apart from that, okay. So SAP BTP offers variety of runtime like Java, Node.js, HANA, ABAP, etc. So SAP BTP supports necessary runtime. For example, if you want to write the code related to the C in the notepad, we cannot run. We require a C compiler. Yes or no? If you want to run a Java program, we have to install Java runtime, so-called JRE. And similarly, if you want to run a ABAP program, you require ABAP layer which can understand your code, compile your code, check for syntax errors, and executes your code. So that runtime environment is a part of BTP. This is, we call it as service as platform as service. Okay, so it is providing us a service as a platform as service. Not only that, SAP BTP. Now clear what is SaaS? Now understood what is a BTP is providing runtime environment where you can develop your applications. You bring your own language. BTP is going to support any language. Apart from that, BTP is also known as PaaS, platform as a service offering from SAP. If you want to build innovative solutions like leveraging new technologies, like now everyone are talking about the new thing is SAP Joule, correct? SAP Joule is the one which everyone are talking about, right? Everyone are talking about Gen AI, right? Everyone talking about SAP Joule, Gen AI, blockchain, machine learning, artificial intelligence, IoT, analytics, etc. This all the new technologies. If you want to develop, SAP BTP is one of the best development platform available, and also it also provides many out of the box integrations options also in BTP. And also it also provides the SDKs to integrate SAP S4 HANA, success factors, SAP Arabia, and other SAP non-SAP developments. So it is the best platform for building applications that connect to the systems. So it is providing you the runtime environment, and also it is providing lot of services where we can use those services. We can build Joule service, Gen AI, blockchain, machine learning, artificial intelligence, analytics, etc. A lot of things we can build. So although choosing the right environment depends on many factors. Obviously, I said that SAP BTP is providing you the runtime environment. Obviously, you should have an environment where you can develop, deploy. Okay, that is called the Cloud Foundry environment. So Cloud Foundry environment is an environment where we can use it. So Cloud Foundry is an open source PaaS that enables you to use multi-programming language. You can build, deploy, such as Java, Node.js, Python, ABAP, Go, even offers bring your own language. You bring any language, it is going to support. Is it clear, guys? Any questions? Anyone have any questions? Is it clear? Now understood what is BTP.
Yes.
Okay. Next, what motivation of a cloud application programming model? What it motivates us? See, as cloud developments becomes increasingly relevant for our customers, we receive more and more asking questions about the best way to develop cloud applications, best practices to develop cloud applications. Guidelines are very important, and also quality. So therefore, SAP has decided to create a framework that could not only guide developers but also take away some of the more technical or foundational tasks that help to focus on the business logic. Means obviously SAP cloud is an unstable environment, so that is the reason SAP has come up with the framework that is called the Capm. So using this framework, developers can just focus completely on the business logic. Okay, and also by following this framework, with the quality and the efficiency of the developers will be very good, and also an investment, okay, of the time also will be and money also will be really less because of following the framework of the Capm. So speaking with mine, SAP Cloud Application Programming Model was born and continues to grow and improve. So finally, developers wants to focus on the business logic itself, not focus on connecting, how to connect to the database, how to implement authorizations, how to do the authentications, how to set up the database. You should not worry. Everything should be by framework. You should take care of fast. And also they're expecting the stable environment. Clients are expecting the stable environment for the business application developments. So that is where motivation of the Capm comes into the picture. Next, what is SAP Cloud Application Programming again, and what value does it brings? Yes. Okay. The application developers across the world are increasingly seeking for, obviously all the clients are talking about faster developments. Okay, this is the objective of getting their application to users much more quickly that was precisely possible before. Yes, by using this CAP framework, we can build applications much faster, more quickly, was not possible before. Okay, traditionally, okay, what will happen? Rapid time to market would mean compromising the quality of the application. If you do fast development, obviously the compromising on the quality. No, it will not happen. Because of the compressed deadlines, there was only so much developers could do ensure a relatively error-free code base. But to solve this problem, SAP introduced CAP framework. So the cloud application programming model come up with the framework of languages, libraries, and tools for building enterprise-grade service applications in the BTP. So, however, instead of having the developers worry about various technologies and relate to compatibilities net of fast-paced technologies changes, the CAP allows developers to be domain centric and work at higher level of abstractions than they would with the traditional technology platforms and framework. So by following the framework of the Capm, today one technology is coming and tomorrow another technology is coming. The one which we worked yesterday is gone. But if you follow the framework of the Capm, then you need not to worry about this one, because CAP framework will take care of, because it is okay in such a way. i- if even though if a tomorrow new technology will come, we can easily adopt new technology because of the framework of the CAP. Okay, so developer need not to worry about new technologies. We can easily come out from the old and we can move to the new without disturbing anything. That is the advantage of using CAP framework. That is the reason, instead of having developers worry about various technologies and the relative compatibility in the era of fast-paced technologies changes, developer need not to worry if you follow the framework. Why? The CAP allows the developers to be domain centric and work at a higher level of abstractions. Clear? Therefore, just developers need to focus only on the business logic. They do not worry about the different aspects. Okay. So it is a framework from SAP that lets you to deliver business values faster by allowing your developers to focus on the business logic itself. So CAP saves you money by reducing the effort required by the programmer to develop the applications and recurring tasks, and making easier to connect to the SAP and even third-party services. Obviously, by doing this all, it is help us to protect our investments by making the underlying technologies interchangeable. Means easily we can adopt new technologies, allowing it to keep pace with cloud technologies by using this framework. That is how the CAP will help us. That is the value it brings us. Okay, next. So now, yes, SAP Cloud Application Programming Model is a combination of the tools, languages, and libraries that help us to build enterprise-grade services and applications. As you can see, this is a CAP framework. So we are going to use Node.js we can use to develop the applications. We can use Java technology to develop applications. Okay, we can develop our applications, Visual Studio, business application studio, Bash. Okay, we can expose as a OData service. We can connect to the any database, and we can create a CDS for domain modeling. So a lot of tools are there to develop the applications. Any questions until now? Anyone have any questions? Is it clear?
Yes, it's clear, right?
Next, very important slide. So when it comes to the design principles, there is opinionated concept. Means it's open because it gives you a choice. You can choose which technology you want to develop. You can select your own architecture pattern. You can pick and choose the parts of the programming model that suits your development. See, core business logic, we will be writing either Node.js or Java, and we will develop the domain modeling using CDS use of the CAP framework. Then tools to develop is we can develop in application studio, we can develop just business application studio, and we can develop in Eclipse, we can develop in Visual Studio Code also. And you can connect to any DB. You can connect to SAP HANA DB, you can connect to SQLite DB, you can connect to Mango DB, you can connect to PostgreSQL DB, any DB. There is no restrictions. Okay, environment you can deploy in cloud foundry environment, you can deploy in Kubernetes, you can you can use implement XSA local, anything is open. And front end technologies, you can use any front end, it's your choice. You go SAP Fiori, Angular, React, Vue, etc. So it's open source, open. You pick your backend, you pick your front end, you develop wherever you want to application. Here, any questions here? No. Next, zero lock-in. So you can choose a technology of your choice. There is no lock-in that you need to do. So for example, let us assume that for SAP on-premises system, the only technology we can develop is ABAP. There is a lock. You have to go with ABAP itself. That's all. And you can connect to only HANA database. Whereas CAP framework, there is no zero lock-in at all. You are free. You pick your own technology. You pick your own DB. You pick your own UI. Okay, so keeping pace with the rapidly changed world of the cloud technologies and platform is a major challenge with when having to hardware too many things in today technology, so which might soon become obsolete. So CAP avoids such lock-in through higher level concepts and APIs. So platform specific deployment approaches are there, platform specific identity providers for authentication services are there, on offboarding tenants are there. You can use REST, OData or anything. You can use asynchronous channels like event mesh, you can integrate in Capm, you can connect to the different databases. What else you can do? The abstraction allows us to quickly adopt new and easily you can adopt new emerging technologies or platforms without affecting your application code. That's safeguarding your investments. Yes or no? Any questions? No. Next. So obviously we have already seen. Yeah, please tell me. What is the question? No. Okay, obviously see with SAP cloud application programming model will help us to simplify our developments. Yes or no? So by following this framework, it helps us to simplify our developments. So how we'll come to know? Let us first understand the common pain points when developing enterprise application for the cloud. Let us assume we are building a e-commerce application to be hosted in SAP BTP. Apart from focusing on the business requirements of the application, we need to put effort in addressing many non-functional requirements. For example, the application should explicitly declare and isolate dependencies. Let's say we build the application with an SQLite database. Okay, we are building application. If you deploy the application SAP BTP with an SAP HANA database. So while developing, you are using SAP SQLite database. While deploying, you want HANA database. Obviously, two databases, different databases you are using. But there will be no code changes will required when we deploy it to it with HANA database, because the database configurations and declarations are isolated from the main code of the application. Right? Today I built it HANA DB, and after few days or few months, client says no, 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 use any DB. Yes, I can easily ship without touching anything in your business code logic, because the database configurations and the declarations are isolated from the main code of your application. So building, testing, deploying, and running the application should operate seamlessly with minimal manual effort required for these activities, because it follows microservice architecture, and the application is supporting the RESTful architecture, which gives in a OData format. The application also support multi-tenancy. Is it clear? So that is the reason it simplifies our development very easily. Any questions here?
I have one question.
Mhm.
So, like we have developed our application in like Java, and now I need to convert that in Node.js. So
No,
that
no,
will
you
be
have to pick it up. No, no, no. Here you're talking about the server programming. Okay.
yes,
So now server programming I'm not talking about. I'm talking about the databases and UI. If you have written in the Node.js and you want to convert into the Java, maybe that is what your question is.
yes.
No, 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 you cannot. That is not easy. Okay. If you want to, you develop it in Node.js and you are connecting to the SAP HANA DB and you want to change to the PostgreSQL DB, you can easily shift it. Switch out,
So
plug out and
so
plug in.
UI and database we can change.
Correct.
So
And
that
also you,
doesn't.
yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Not the business logic.
Okay, okay.
Okay. Yeah. Any more questions? Next. The SAP Cloud Application Programming Model Framework is available in two flavors. One is Node.js and Java. Both flavors are in sync in terms of features and characteristics. However, their internal technical implementation is different. So the implementation of the business application is similar for both Node and Java. The major difference is in writing the custom logic. The programming model provides an option to write the custom logic. For Node, we are using JavaScript, whereas for Java, we use Java classes. So we have only two technologies to develop the applications, business logic, whether Node or Java. So in my training, it's completely Node.js. Clear? Yeah. Any more questions? Next. Golden paths. What are the, yes, we said we are bringing you the framework. What is it? Framework which help us for the developers. So following the golden paths of the programming model, help us to implement data models, services, and UIs in order to develop standalone applications. In instance, the recommendation way to develop applications is, for example, we are defining our data model in CDSU, and it will be automatically will develop deploy to HANA database. That nothing special code is required to deploy to HANA DB. Okay, you are defining your OData services. It will automatically connect to the OData services. There's nothing code you need to require. It creates service definitions and authorizations and filling the primary keys. Everything will take care of everything by itself. Adding custom logic, we'll be writing either Java or Node.js. So handling database connections, parsing input and serialization response, everything will be taken care by the framework of Capm. There's nothing you need to write the code. This Capm is a framework of SAP. There is given an additional advantage of using SAP Fiori technology, where we are writing CDS annotations and automatically we can develop the Fiori elements app easily without any code at all required. So these are the golden paths which Capm is providing for us. Is it clear? Any questions?
I
Next.
think Siri have one question. There he raised the hand. Siri.
Sorry, come again. Oh,
Siri has.
someone raised their hands. Okay, please go ahead. Sorry, I'm not seeing that. Yes, please. Srini. Yeah, Srini, please. Yes, go ahead, Srini. I think I'm not able to hear his voice. Srini, you're able to hear me? What is C, Jignesh? C++ supports in BTP you're talking about, or in CAP framework?
Yes, yes. It is supported or not like that kind of any language you are told. Okay, we are uh, Capm supported any language that we have, we can apply. So that is the thing I needed. I have a question.
Okay, so you are talking about you want to develop a C applications. What exactly you want to do by developing C applications?
So like the development is able, we can do able to do that thing in a like cap. That is the my question.
Understood. Like what exactly you want to achieve?
Like a development, like what we have a website, like a website we have made, like e-commerce website for business.
Mhm, mhm. Okay, but now still people are using C to develop the what I can say C++ and C because we have lot. I just want to understand what is exactly the uh, users of that. That is the reason because we have lot of new
Hmm.
technologies has come for the development of the applications and everything.
Correct.
So what is the need of using the C++? Should
So
be.
I was just making sure it is like we can use C++ for development or not, just knowledge purpose.
See, not directly. Let us assume that like you are bringing the A models, maybe. I think you are talking about the building the A models, something like that. Okay. So now what you can do, right? The way easy way is you build the application C, okay, and call it as an API and consume that API in the CAP framework.
Not getting you.
Okay. So you develop a C application and come out with an API of the output of the C application.
Mhm. Okay.
Okay, and that you can consume that API into the CAP framework.
So we can make a call, like a API call for do in cap.
Yeah, API call, yes, absolutely. You can easily consume an API in the CAPM framework.
No, no. My question is like we can use C++ in a like cap, like for development. Like we are using Node.js
No,
and
no,
Java.
not
Like
but directly, not directly. You
not
cannot use
directly.
that.
Okay,
Not
got it.
directly. Got it.
Okay, got
Okay,
it.
yeah. Okay. So now prerequisites for this course is yes, we should know the JavaScript. But in my training, I'm going to go from the scratch JavaScript. We will be learning JavaScript. Okay. So we are before I start CAPM, I'm going to start with HTML5, then I'll move to in-depth JavaScript, in-depth Node.js, then I'll start Capm. So there is no prerequisite for this training. Prerequisite is part of my training. Okay. Yeah. Now coming back to we discussed about safeguard investments and everything. Fine. Now, yes, I have said that we are going to Node.js. Anyone knows what is Node.js? So all the server side programming, all the business logic we'll be writing in the Node.js. But what is Node.js? Anyone knows?
It's a runtime environment for backend
Okay.
develop API development.
Okay. Okay. So Node.js is heavily used JavaScript framework for server-side web application development.
No, Bobby, your voice is not audible. Couldn't hear you.
Architecture and how Node.js has followed those limitations. That is using single thread architecture. Just mute yourself, please.
Can you this one last some maybe 10 seconds we could not hear you. Can you come
Oh,
back?
really?
Yeah.
Now you're able to hear me?
Now we can, yes.
Okay. So what I'm planning to say, right? Node.js is a client server architecture and it brings us the Okay, okay, help us to the multi-thread model. Means let us real-time picture. Now you know, everyone knows Uber, right? You are booking a cab, like crores of booking a cab at the same time. And how it is handling with the help of Node.js technology is handling it. So how it has resolved this issue, that is what which we are going to see. That is the reason Node has become very popular in the market. Yes, Uber is using Node technology in the back to handle these bookings. Next, let us assume these are the end users who are booking a cab. They open the mobile and they're booking a cab, whether they're opening desktop, tablet, mobile, or whatever. And request will go to this one, and this is a server. And request will come to the server, and the request will hit to the database, and we get the response back. Correct. And see, if you look at this one, they're generating the cab request, and those requests sent to the Uber server. And Uber checks in the database, and they're active and available in that region, and allocate passes cab to the customers. And then server send back the car details or the driver details to the customer in the form of response. Correct. This is what which everyone knows to booking a cab. Next, here is a problem comes. If you go with a multi-thread model, you are having a client has sent the request, server it got the request, and it created a thread. Okay, and then it is going to the database. Let us assume I have 1 lakh threads, multi-thread programming, which are running parallelly. I have only 1 lakh limitation, so because that is a CPU. Now I have consumed all the 1 lakh. I don't have anything, and this is a dead dog has come into the picture. Even though we are going to follow the multi-thread model, we will having a deadlock. Yes or no?
Yes.
If you look at closely, you will find the limitations over here. Suppose we have millions of requests coming per second, and a thread present in this thread pool are limited number. So there will be a situation when all the threads exhausted from the thread pool in the situation, and a new incoming request has to wait until the remaining threads has completed and returns back to the result. So this is a situation of the scalability, which is all by adding more resources. We can't keep increasing the more resources, creating more thread inside the thread pool, but this is costly solution. We have a easier way of doing using single thread model. Multi-thread is cannot. So with the help of this single thread model, we have to achieve this one. Is it clear? Any questions? Understood what is multi-thread programming?
Can you please explain again on this
Okay, sure.
multi-thread, please?
So now let us assume that like you are booking a cab request. Okay, now the request will go to the Uber server, and Uber server will connect to the DB. One request, and another person has sent the request. Like the server has the limitation of the threads. It has have a 1 million threads you can create parallelly, but at the same time, all the 1 million threads are completed. You understood? And now the if another user who's trying to send the request has to wait because all the 1 million threads are completed. The capacity of the server, it is only 1 million, and which are running parallelly, but still a deadlock will come. Yes or no?
Correct.
So this approach, we cannot resolve our issue. Yes or no?
100% right.
Correct. Now how we can resolve this issue? Using the single thread model concept. Okay. Now
Yes.
Node.js is a event driven, handling all the requests asynchronously from the single thread. Okay, means it will go in the loop. Okay, so where it is a single thread model, means one operation is executed at a time in a thread. So Node.js can handle many users simultaneously by using event loops, asynchronous callbacks, promises, Okay, all the things. Understood? So let us assume that like I have sent the 1 million request, and next request I need not require to wait it. Everything it will be sending. So
Because this
this is
follows an event loop, that is why it doesn't
yes,
need to wait. Okay,
yes.
got it.
That is how. That is the reason Node has become very popular in the market, and Uber is using the Node.js to handle this. That is the reason Capm using the framework of Node or Java, and we are going to use Node.js to develop the applications because we will connect to the servers, different databases, different servers, different data sources. We want to get the data, so there is no deadlock. Next, yes, we discussed about the Node.js. Now the picture comes about SAP Joule. Okay, so now yes, we discussed about the Capm. Okay, now we'll discuss about the Joule. Let me talk about what is SAP Joule. Sorry, anyone knows what is Joule?
It's an AI driven agent in SAP.
Okay, what else? What is linked to our Cap? Also, we'll discuss. So, what is SAP Joule? Now everything is AI only. Absolutely, I think everyone are already adopting in your companies AI projects.
Yes.
Uh, I think everyone are using AI. Yes or no? I don't think so. Not any company is not using AI. In your projects also you started implementing. Yes or no?
So some
In
projects have started, to be honest, but some of the clients have not started yet.
It will start
Mm.
definitely. It is a revolution. It is going to wipe out so many things.
So do you think there will be a lot of layoffs because of
No,
the
I
AI?
cannot comment those things in this training. That is not the part of this training.
Because when you are
Uh,
saying AI, right, the picture is coming in the mind because many of the things can be done by.
I we have to adopt new technologies. That is the answer I can give, and we need to keep learning every second. Every second, I'm saying.
True.
Okay, we cannot go and say that I know only ABAP. I will be sticking there. It's not going to work it out. That's days are over. No, I won't. I will learn only BTP. No, that is also not going to work it out. You have to come out. You need to learn. Now, learning has become nothing. Everything is doing so. You should be that today. They say that you have to work it in other technologies. You should say yes. Any technology, whether you take it. I'm talking about platforms also. Azure, you want to one? Yes, I know. You know AWS. Yes, I know. I will work. That is how you need to become. There is no boundary that I will work on SAP technology. No, those days are over.
So one last question. I don't want to waste much of the time. So which modules in SAP can really learn AI much faster? Because SAP has functional and technical modules, right?
No, these are all. See, I can we take that question last?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Okay. Now coming back to the SAP Joule. So SAP Joule is a AI co-pilot that truly understands the business context. Means it is the SAP Joule is integrated your standard processes and your standard database tables automatically. If you go to the S4HANA public cloud, private cloud, SAP Joule is available, which is already integrated with your system. It is a pre-packed. That is the reason one AI co-pilot across the SAP ecosystems. Whether you go SAP S4HANA public or private cloud, success factors, SAP start, more coming. Embedded natively inside your SAP applications. It is integrated. And when user interacts in the natural language and it goes already is integrated, it gets the data and shows the results to you. Okay, consistent experience across products and out of the box capabilities. Absolutely out of the box capable, no doubt in that. Obviously, it is not available in the cloud, sorry, on premises system as of now, Joule. It is available in the cloud, public cloud, private cloud, and BTP. Value to business, what values we are giving. As I said, it's already integrated. When they're giving the product, it's already integrated, Joule. So helps users navigate SAP, executes tasks, and gets insights. Absolutely helps users navigate SAP. Correct? There is no need of anything. They will just type it and they'll get the result. Executes it backend, it executes the task and get insights. Show me the what is the, let us assume that what is the highest value has come today in the purchase order. It will give the result. How many purchase orders with highest value is approved this month? It will give the count. Show me the analytics of this year of the purchase orders. It will give the result because it's already integrated. Absolutely massive productive improvements up to the 80%. I'm currently working on the Azure, I'm working on the AWS, I'm working on SAP, everything we need to work. What makes Joule powerful? Yes, it understands the business context. If you upload roles, authorizations, SAP transactions, company code, company data, everything, it will get automatically already integrated. How? Okay, then it will come out the result. That is the reason Joule has very powerful. And inside this one, grounded and reliability using RAG methodology, HANA vector engines. Using this one, you are getting the real-time data across multiple SAP systems. These are the SAP Joule. But if you have a custom requirements, then obviously Joule will not integrate it automatically. So we have to build, for example, you have a custom developments, custom requirements will be there, no? Every company has its own custom developments, right? Now Joule will not understand because it's not integrated. Joule is integrated by default to the standard tables, standard business processes. So now Joule can also get into your custom uh, objects, custom businesses also by creating the custom Joule skills using the SAP build low code. So where bottom line, Joule is not a chatbot. Finally, Joule is not a chatbot. Joule is a business co-pilot embedded into a SAP system, not only standard, even custom also. But if you want to get the custom, you need to build the custom Joule skills using SAP build. Is it clear? Any questions?
So in
Next.
order to build this Joule, right? So is it like in embedded in SAP, or do we need to do some
There
development with
is a one service called SAP build. Using this service, we will be have to create a custom Joule skill to integrate to your customs processes.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. SAP provides SAP build as a low code platform to extend the Joule. Okay. What you can do using build? You can automations, you can do workflows, we can do business logic, you can write API integrations, you do UI actions, you can do. So we will be registering this as a Joule skill. So whatever the custom process which you have, you can build it. So let us assume that like I'm currently working on the one of the requirement where I have a certain processes in my on-premises system. I want to build a chatbot. So I can use the SAP build to create a Joule skill and I can get the data from my on-premises system and I build a chatbot. And I can provide this chatbot to the client and child can ask any questions related to that use case because on the top I have to build APIs. So a lot of, it's not like that development is there, but very minimal development is required. In even the development also, we have Joule for developers is coming into the picture. We'll come to that point. Any questions until now? No questions. Then
Yes, I have
flow.
one question.
Yeah, please tell me.
Can you go backslide? So using SAP build, we can hear automation workflows, business logic, API integration. All things are like we can create like inner functionality that is predefined, right?
Correct. No, no, not define. We need to create it for custom business objects. Custom
Business
business
logic,
record.
yeah,
I will
custom business logic, yeah.
see. Let us assume that like you have custom processes. So Joule cannot understand your custom processes.
Yes, yes.
So
Okay,
to build that, you have to build.
okay,
Then Joule will understand those things.
okay. Like API integration call we need to add, then we
Correct.
can use it.
Joule can understand that.
Okay, okay. And how they are connecting? Like if the data is coming from another API and we need to pass it
We will
to.
integrate to Joule. No, sorry,
Okay,
build SAP build will integrate that
okay,
API. Then it will outcome will be Joule.
okay, okay. Got it.
Yeah. Any more questions?
I think Srini has raised his hand.
Okay, please go ahead,
Yes,
Srini.
yes, yeah.
Yeah, please
See,
tell.
I'm working as a ABAP consultant, and I don't know that JavaScript and all. And as you said, you will start from the scratch.
Correct.
And may know how many classes you will take the Node.js and JavaScript and
We'll come
all.
to at last. No, I will show you at last.
Okay, and okay, this Joule you said right. Whether
Mhm.
we will build a new Joule application or how to use the Joule
That is part
application.
of my training. We are going to build CAP application using the SAP Joule for developers. First, we'll start with, of course, you asked the question. We'll go HTML5. Then we required a JavaScript, little bit HTML, not required because not that much required HTML5. Then in-depth JavaScript, in-depth Node.js, and then Capm, and we'll build Cap applications by writing the code, everything. And then afterwards, we are going to use SAP Joule for developers, where we can use those Joule for developers to build Cap applications.
Okay, whether it is a developer friendly, this JavaScript and Node.js and all.
Yeah, your life is making very easy, not required to learn too much JavaScript, too much Node.js, but that is not part my job to make you to learn so that once you use Joule for developers, not much required. Everything will take care of by Joule.
Okay, so once we complete this course, how many year of experience we will put in our resume and we'll try for the job?
You can put minimum to 3 to 5 working on CAP framework.
Okay,
Okay.
so you will
Yeah,
share
can
any
we
real-time
discuss? Can we
scenarios?
discuss? I'm going to develop all real-time projects which I have developed in this training. In my real-time project, whatever I've developed, I'm putting this training. We'll take those questions. Can you ask anything related to Joule you have? Whatever you're asking is the different. Can we continue?
Okay, okay.
I'll take your all
Uh,
your questions at last. No doubt.
okay. And
Yeah.
the flexi workflow, those
No, no, no.
concepts
That is
and all.
not part of no, no.
Okay,
Flexible workflow
okay.
is part of SAP on-premises system. I think that is ABAP, not CAP.
So
That
you
is
are
another.
covering only cloud only.
Yes, absolutely. SAP Cloud and Joule. Okay.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Thanks. Okay, next where I am. Come back. So how we have to build using SAP pool build plus Joule. Flow will look like, of course, end user Joule natural language. So Joule understands the natural language and triggers your custom skills which you have built using SAP build and calls the SAP or non-SAP systems and result written back to the Joule and response to the user. So now where our role will come into the picture, where we have to build our custom skills using SAP build custom skill Joule for the custom processes. Next, if you have a G process or company specific flows, we have to build custom work approval flows. We have to build internal service requests. We have to build plant maintenance helpers, financial validations, customer master data operations. Joule can become the front door to this process. Automations and workflows, instead of users opening multiple SAP applications to get the data, Joule will do behind the screens whenever you ask the questions. It validates vendor data, it checks duplicates, it triggers workflows, it notifies teams and create records. Joule will take care of how? By creating the custom Joule skills in the SAP build. Once you've done, that's it. Everything will be taken care by the Joule itself behind the scenes and get the data what Joule end user asked. Any more questions? Next, we can integrate. What does the custom Joule skill do? Yes, you can integrate non-SAP systems. You can connect with internal tools, third-party applications, legacy systems, APIs, cloud services. So Joule become a single co-pilot for the enterprises, not only for SAP. Next, out of the box, Joule supports standard SAP scenarios, which we already know. But real value is extensibility. Obviously, every company has its own custom businesses. So using SAP build, we can create our own Joule skills. So this means Joule can execute our custom business processes, automations, integrations through natural language. So that's the reason Joule is not just an SAP assistant, but a company-specific business co-pilot. Any questions here?
So how does the user interacts with Joule? Do they have to log into their portal, or how is
It's a chatbot.
where is the front end? Chatbot?
Yes. SAP Joule is a chatbot.
Can you show us some screen as an example if you have it?
We'll show in the training. I didn't show in this one, but I'll show in the training.
Screenshot, that helps.
I didn't take it, that one. Maybe I have it. Let me see. I have it. No, I don't have it. Okay. Okay. Architecture in one line. End user will go to the Joule UI chatbot. Okay, and we'll put the question. Now this Joule orchestration is a very important key role in the Joule architecture. So you have multiple business processes and multiple things. Then how Joule has to pick exactly the same thing what you asked. So this Joule orchestration will do that. And then it will go to the LLM. And then it will go to the context, and it will go to the scenario, exact scenario catalog, and then it will go to our custom skill and pick the SAP non-SAP systems and the result and Joule to the user. This is the overall high level architecture of the Joule skill. Joule will do. So we have n lakhs of LLMs, but Joule has to know which one has to go. So who is going to take that part is by Joule orchestration will take care of. So extensible Joule allows us to plug in our own workflows, automations, and integrations built on SAP build and control them through natural languages. So that's how Joule become a real enterprise copilot for us. So you see, Joule orchestration, what does it does? Joule orchestration is an intelligent layer that decides how a user request should be handled, whether to fetch information or trigger SAP transactions or call custom workflows or combine multiple actions, all while enforcing security, business context, and responsible AI. So orchestration is the what turns AI into controlled, secure, and business-ready copilot instead of just a chatbot. So without orchestration, chatbot, LLM, pick random answer, will get it. But with Joule orchestration, user, Joule, context, exactly it go particular context, it goes to the authorizations, business rules, SAP execution, and grounded AI response. That is how the orchestration will take care of. If not, you'll get random answer. Next, this is what which we are going to do. Joule for developers. So there is nothing right to write the code. Everything Joule for developers will take care of. SAP Joule for developers is a collection of embedded AI capabilities for SAP build and ABAP delivered through Joule that accelerates development of apps, extensions, reduces cost by 20% of your development will reduce, and also it improves developer proficiency also. Any questions until now? Is it clear, guys? Now understood about, sorry, Joule for developers?
Joule for developers is available only in the cloud version?
Yes.
Not in the on-premise?
Yes, not available.
So what is the difference between chatbot and Copilot?
Are same. See, nothing. There is no. See, chatbot is nothing but it's not going to the business. You're talking about nowadays everything. The chatbot is a co-pilot only, no? Everything we are asking the chatbot and we're getting right. I didn't understand what you're bringing with the Joule or
Yeah, Joule, with respect to Joule.
and co-pilot. Huh?
Yeah, yeah.
The SAP product is Joule. Simple. Co-pilot is I think Azure or something, some other product. That's all different products, different companies' product. Okay. So now I'm going to build one CAP application. Okay. So I'm going to the instance and subscriptions. I'm going to use SAP Business Application Studio. I have to create a one dev space of a CAP application. Okay, that we will do it. So it is SAP Fiori. I'm creating the okay Capm demo. We have to use. We are planning to develop full stack applications. Okay, and create dev space. Okay. So now it is running. We have to, it should be in running stage. Then we'll be getting inside the business application studio and we will be developing CAP applications. Okay. Yeah. Now anyone have any questions now we can ask because it should go in process, please.
Is it provided only a trial account or any paid version of
No. We are going to use a trial account only to develop the applications.
Okay. Is there any option to get a paid one? I mean, it's fine.
We can
Uh,
purchase. Absolutely. You can purchase.
So, I mean, you can provide that information, server
I
purchase.
can provide, but I'm not going to use any license versions. I'll tell you how to do it. If you want, you can, but we can use a trial version to use it. Not
You mean trial
required.
and version is enough, good enough, right?
Yes, absolutely. Good enough, more than enough.
Thank
So if all our data sources are in SAP, is RAP a better model than Capm?
Sorry, come again. What is your question?
If all our data sources is from SAP, is RAP model better than Capm? Because we don't need to learn JavaScript, right?
Okay, one question. So we, as I said at the starting, why Capm is required. Understood, right? Keep the core clean. Keep the core clean.
Yeah.
Yes,
right.
Absolutely. Cap is required. If you talk about keep the core clean. It's not that you can connect to any DB, any technology, you can use it.
But in my case, I know it's going to be HANA DB, right? And always build side-by-side extensions, right?
Yes, you can build using RAP. Yes, you can build
using
side-by-side.
RAP. So what is the compelling need to go to Capm in that case, if all my data is in SAP?
It's both has its own different pros and cons. Okay, so let us assume that like the cost of the HANA DB is very expensive. Okay, and cost of the PostgreSQL database is very less. And when you coming, that is also client thinks about price cost, right? So no.
Right. I'm talking about only purely SAP installations.
Yes,
they
absolutely.
already have the HANA DB. Yeah.
Correct. They already have the HANA DB. You're in on-premises or in the somewhere where we are?
On-premise, correct.
Okay. So now the concept of the core clean comes in picture, right? Putting everything into the one system is not correct. All your custom processes you can wipe out from your on-premise and come to the cloud, no? It is the call keep the core clean.
Right. Yeah, we can do the side-by-side extension in RAP also, right?
Correct. But again, you're putting that so much money on the HANA DB, right? Why you want? Again, same HANA DB, too expensive or too much cost. Again, same ABAP resource. clients thinks all the things. Okay, so let us assume that I'm just trying to create a new CAP project. Okay, so can I go ahead? Any clear, right? Yeah,
Yes,
please.
yes, go ahead.
Yes, that why you said clean core is possible in BTP, but why can't in RAP?
That's what I'm saying. Even so, you are telling that like you will move out everything from SAP on premises and you will use the ABAP service in BTP and you will build the applications. Maybe that is your question. Is it right?
Yes.
Okay. Yes, you can build in the ABAP service in BTP, but the only database is RAP, HANA DB. You cannot switch to any other DB. Okay.
Okay.
And also the single thread concepts of Node.js, the capabilities of the Node.js, you can't get in ABAP, right?
Hmm.
A lot of advantages of using Node.js. You can connect to any DB, you can connect to any UI. Flexibility is there, right?
Okay, so what you're saying is, so if you're going to RAP, we can only connect with the HANA DB only.
Yes,
So
yes.
whereas for SAP BTP, we'll connect with across all
But
DBs.
CAP, I'm using CAP framework.
Capm, sorry, Capm.
Yes. Any questions?
So you have seen clients who don't have SAP use Capm?
That, see, I am completely in the SAP world. I cannot say that. Okay. I'm
Right,
in
because
SAP
anyway
world.
you need SAP Business Application Studio. So I will be very surprised if they don't have a HANA DB already.
See, I'll tell
There
you,
must
I'm
be
working,
something
I
else.
worked on one project where they have, it's a big organization. They have in the companies in different countries. And they're each country, they're using the different SAP systems. Okay. And each country has its own different custom processes. And they want to bring everything into one system, SAP system. What they did, the solution which I've given is you come out all your custom process from your one system which you're planning to build is for HANA system and come to CAP. And all the standard process you put it in your on-premises system. Like this, number of projects will be there. Where your database is less, instead of going to the web service in BTP, your database is very less cost and you can easily develop the applications using CAP framework. Okay.
My only concern is learning a new language like Node.js, but with the Joule for developers, that should make it very easy.
Very easy. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
You can see here is the Joule for developers. Someone asked. Of course, it will not open because this project has directly has come. But here you will have a chatbot and you will start. We'll be doing in the training. Here in the chatbot, you will ask any question, it will give the results. Now learning technologies, that is over. Boundaries are over already. It is how we use the Joule is matters. Of course, we should know the knowledge. Now, minimum knowledge is required. That's enough. Okay, CDS init. I'm going to create a one CAP project. Okay, so CAP underscore sales 84. So by clicking on this one, it is going to create a CAP project for us. Okay, you can see it has created a CAP project. Under the CAP project, it has created 3 folders for us. One is app, because as I said, CAP simplifies our development, right? So app folder is for all the UI section, DB is folder for all databases, and SRV folder is for all the writing the business logic service, generates the OData services. Okay, it has created a CAP project by using this statement. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to open this project individually.
Those are all Node.js commands that you enter?
CDS init is not a Node.js command. It is a cap command.
It's a cap
We will,
command.
yes. Node.js also we will be using, but as of now in this demo I'm not using. Okay, so now I'm going to go to the DB. All the database related stuff, okay, I'll be putting into the DB. Okay, so that is the reason I'm going to create a CDS. Right click, new file. Okay, so I'm going to create a data model.cds. This is the training. I'm just copying it. Okay, I'm just copying the code. If not, I'll be writing the code in the training. Okay, I'll just write, but this is the demo. I'm just copy pasting it. Okay, I'm creating a small sales application. Okay, I'm just copying and pasting the code. 1 second. I'm giving one names. So I'm creating an entity, like you think it is a sales order is a table, and inside this one I'm fields I have. Okay, so this is the domain model which we're creating it. Don't think too much in that. Let's understand high level only, as is the demo. Okay, now all the service means OData services and business logic will be writing the code here. Okay, so here I'll be writing the code. Now if you come back here, just field name, and here what I'm doing, and it's data type I'm giving. Is it clear? Okay, so now I'm going to go to the service. I'm going to create at-service dot CDS. So now whatever I have created, I have to expose as a OData. Okay, so now using opening the brace, what is the data model which I have given? This is the data model which I have given. As I'm giving an alias name as DB from that model which I have created. Simple, there is not much code. What I'm doing, I'm getting the names, that entire thing. Okay, if you take this one, this entire thing, I have given a namespace called this. Now that namespace, I'm picking it from this one. This is a path, no dot. Just mute yourself, please. Srikanth, can you mute yourself? Hello. Hello. Where is Srikanth? Okay. Then service catalog service at the rate.
You can use the Joule for developers to do this task, right? Or you
Yes,
cannot.
absolutely. That is what which I'll show in my training.
Okay.
Opening the brace, then close the brace. So entity sales order, you are creating entity sales order as projection on db dot sales order. First we need to understand, no, everything Joule does, but any error comes we need to understand also, no, at least we need to have a basic logic. So that's the reason Joule for developers I'll bring it last in my training. First we will learn everything, all the technologies, then we'll bring the Joule for developers. Okay, so now what I'm doing, I'm creating the entity sales order as a projection on db.sales, means I'm exposing as a OData service. Now terminal, new terminal, CDS. So first we need to install the node modules, npm install. You have to install the node modules. So this has installed the node modules for us. Then we can start using CDS watch to execute this program. Open a new tab. See, now if you look at this one, it has created a metadata for us, means it has generated a OData service. Okay, you see here, entity name is sales orders and its fields. It generated a OData service for us. Automatic. Any code we have written, nothing. Okay, not anything we have written, nothing. So these are the fields annotations. Now you see, it also generated a Fiori preview app for us. Click on Fiori preview app. Okay, see, click on settings, click OK. So now it has generated an app also for us. Anything we have done? Nothing. Now, how this is happening? By using the CAP framework. We have not written any single logic to develop anything. We have created a domain model and we have done it. Any questions? Now, any questions until now, guys? I will not. There are background noises coming. Please. Any questions until now, guys? Okay.
I have one
Can
question.
you mute that person?
Sorry, come again.
Can you mute that person? I mean, it will be disturbing us.
Huh? I didn't understand. I didn't understand.
He's asking to mute Srikanth.
Oh, okay, fine. Yeah, I don't know. There is a lot of background noises coming from this. Okay, let me share my screen back. So now I'm going to insert the data into this application without writing a single code. Okay, so in the DB, I'm creating one folder called data. Okay, now you see here. Here, I have to give my namespace. What is the namespace I have given? This is cap and sales 45. Okay, this is the standard we need to follow. So rename and paste it here. Okay, then hyphen your entity name, sales order. It's correct, no? Is sales orders dot CSV. Now when I open this one, okay, the same name should be there. This phone number, it is there. It is here. Perfect. Then order date. Order date. It should be the case sensitive. Very careful. Order date is here. Then customer name. Customer name is here. Then customer number. Yes, is there. PO number. Yeah, it is here. Should be case sensitive. Inquiry number. Yeah, it is here. Then total order items. Yeah, it is here. Perfect. Same. Save it. Okay, not even required. Don't say also fine. Okay, now namespace hyphen entity name are matching. Okay, I hope sales orders correct. So now I'm going to drag and put it into the data folder. Okay. Now come back here. Click on settings button. Click OK. The data is come. Any code you have written? Not a single code you have written. Because how it is happening? Automatic by the CAP framework. This is the feature of the CAP. Any questions?
Do we have a knowledge of SAP for the same, like for this course?
Not required. Not required. Okay, now coming back to the what are the topics which I'll be covering in my training. Of course, SAP Joule, Joule for developers, and we are going to use SAP Build using for that. Okay, I'll just bring the topics which I'm covering in my training. Just a second.
Are you sharing something? We don't
Yeah,
see.
no, not yet, not yet, not yet.
Okay.
I'll share now. I'm sharing now. Okay. I'm going to start a new batch from May 18th onwards. Okay, so what are the programs which I'm covering during on that day? I'll upload those programs where you can download. What is the PPTs which I'm giving on that day? You can download that PPTs, and every day once the class is over, after 1 or 2 hours, I'll be uploading the recording video of that class. You will be having view access for 1 year, and every Friday I'll be giving exercises based on the topic which I covered on that week. And once the training is completed, I'll be providing interview question answers, study materials, and resume template, as well as what are the things which I'm covering in the training is all the real-time projects which I have developed in my experience. Those all I put in this training. Clear?
This is the weekend batch or
No, it is the
daily?
weekday batch, Monday to Friday batch. Okay, yeah. Now coming back to the training. Okay, I'll start with BTP. I will start with HTML5 first, because we finally wherever front-end technology which we want to deploy, obviously HTML5. So we should know minimum basic what is HTML5 and everything. I'm just taking one simple introduction class. Then afterwards we'll go to JavaScript. We'll discuss about data types, variables, operations, strings, functions, loops, forms, events, regular expressions, arrow functions, constants, promises, arrow from keys, everything. JavaScript, synchronous, callback functions, asynchronous functions, awaits, set timeouts, everything we'll discuss in JavaScript. And then we'll move to the Node.js. What is Node? Absolutely, we'll go in depth in Node.js, callback functions in Node, callback abstractions, handling errors, call queues, event loops, asynchronous nodes, have debugging techniques in Node, everything we'll be covering in Node. And then we will move to Capm. Before getting into the Capm, we'll move to what is BTP, what is multi-tenancy, what is security, and then we'll come to Capm. CDS views, what is Capm, design principles, golden paths, events, associations, cardinalities, postfix path expressions, best practices, naming conventions, reuse models, common aspects, auto exclude, auto exclude, connecting to SQL and HANA DBs, OData and Capm, domain model, OData and Capm. Okay, and we'll be developing RESTful APIs, SAP Fiori in Capm, and then Fiori elements, UI annotations, localizations, authorizations, security, how to create security apps, how to query APIs, how to implement the event handlers, request objects, everything. We'll be connecting to the third-party API when consume will implement all the crude operations inside, update, delete in Capm, functions in Capm, actions in Capm. We develop a Fiori applications Capm, and we'll be using side-by-side extensions concept, consuming a OData service from your on-premises system and consuming SAP Capm. This all will be developed. Then we'll be using SAP Build Workzone service as well as SAP Build service as well as SAP Joule. And then we will use cloud transfer. We have to, once we develop a CAP applications, we have to move from our CAP application from one cloud sub account to the another sub account like quality, dev, productions. Then using SAP Cloud Transport Service Management Service and using continuous integration service, will integrate our CAP application to the GitHub, and from GitHub we'll integrate to the BTP, and we will move our objects from one sub account to another sub account. This all the things. Of course, SAP Build we are going to use to create is Joule for developers. This all the things we are going to use in our training. Any questions? Anyone have any questions, guys? So I'm starting a new batch from the 18th onwards, May 18th onwards.
Duration, sorry, did I miss that?
It will be 40 to 45 hours.
Monday to Friday, right?
Yes.
So is it possible to cover within those hours?
Yeah, 45 hours. Yes, absolutely.
What is the timing?
I'll tell the timing. I'll come to the timing. Any apart from that, any questions?
So do you help in this certification also?
No. Mine is completely related to the experience. No, this will help for your certification, but I am not going to help you. This will help definitely 100% will help you with the certification because all my real-time projects are put in this training.
But at least you can guide us, no?
Yes.
Like
As I said, I will
this is
guide
the
you.
way.
Yes, I will guide you, no doubt.
Because generally, like companies asking for the certification first, like are you certified or not?
Correct. That's what I'm saying. That what my intention is. This training is not for the certification, but this will help you for the certification. Some
Okay,
people
yeah.
they give training that they can go get certified. But this training is not for that. This training is for to work on the real-time projects. So this indirectly will help for your certification. That's what I'm planning to say.
So what if like if we learn this thing and in our premises we are not having these services? So like is this
Now,
beneficial or
definitely now what
because
everything.
because
That's
I'm
what I'm
working
saying.
I'm working with one of the company based
Mhm.
out of Canada. So they are still using ECC6 and they are upgraded their database to HANA DB,
Mhm.
but they're planning to move for S4 HANA. But that we are listening from last 2 years, like they are going to upgrade to S4 HANA. But till today, so like once we learn these things, so how we do the practice? Because if we are not having the
Srikant, just mute. I don't know. Hmm. Okay. So now I understood your question. So if you don't have that flexibility, you can propose to the client of the capabilities and get into the ask them this is the what advance and we can use it and we can bring more value to the business. You can start trying that, right? So moving to S4 HANA is a big project, but moving to the custom process to the cloud, it's very small. You can propose and you can bring the benefits. But as I said, we can build AIs, Joules. You can bring those all the capabilities, right? By building custom processes. Yes or no?
yeah, correct.
Yeah. Any more questions?
Yeah, one question. See, SAP has started like I've been from a web background. They started with
Mhm.
Fiori and started with Node.js, different screens and all. You might have seen. From now they have it's new kind of interface, all these things. So they do keep changing the things. Okay, so I mean, if you learn it and they move ahead to something else. I mean, that is what my you got my point. What I'm saying. Previously, they
But
sung all Fiori and all. I never heard of Fiori nowadays. I mean, they keep changing. I'm not a problem with yours.
no.
I'm
As
saying,
of now, still no.
mm.
You tell me what is has been changed. If you give one example, I can give answer.
Yeah. See,
You be a
previously
little bit specific.
we can yeah. See, let's say their theory application we can build through HTML or JavaScript or this one. I'm not from those that backgrounds, but they have been given options. That kind of it was trial account. All those things are were there. I think it was a different trial account. Now, if you see that is all gone actually. Now, some obviously you have shown us the new trial account BTP and all things. So in future, what if they changes? I mean, it is not up to you. I'm still saying, or they will stick to this. What do you feel like? I mean,
No. See, when you look at the Fiori, they still not changed Fiori.
okay,
They have not changed. We are still building Fiori applications only, no? Okay.
okay.
So they have moved. They have come with ABAPs. We have a classical ABAP. Okay. From the classical ABAP, they came to CDS views. Then they moved to ABAP programming model on Fiori. They moved to RAP now. But now after RAP, nothing has come into picture. The only
How
thing
about one
is,
question? Sorry, go ahead, completely, please.
now they came with concept of Joule. What does Joule will do? Which I've explained already. That's how we have to adopt new technologies. It's not only the SAP. Everyone are moving with new things. We have to adopt it. And as of now, I didn't see any complete change. Yes, we moved complete change from ABAP and we are GUI. We are moving to Fiori applications, which still we have Fiori only, right?
Yeah, there's
But
one
they
more
are giving you
question.
options for us to
Oh,
develop you any
develop.
technology. Any technology that's up to if because they need to sustain in the world. If you keep using only one technology, they cannot sustain. They understood and they're giving open face in BTP.
Okay, I have one more last question. There is a concept called baddie where we change the standard things.
Correct. Now in-app
Yeah.
extensions has come into picture.
So how this is going to work? I'm not understanding. See, previously
That is
when we do, yeah, is it part
absolutely
of this?
GUI. Yes, absolutely. See, in-app extensions is nothing but indirectly it is baddie only concept. But we, instead of developing that in GUI screen, we are doing in the Fiori app called in-app extensions. That is called custom fields and logic. That is part of my RAP training, not in this training.
Okay, that's a part of RAP training. Okay.
Yes. Yeah. Any more questions?
So this training would be more useful for SAP ABAP members, right?
Not like that. For everyone, it is useful. BTP, if you want to become a BTP consultant, ABAP, everything. There is no limitation at all nowadays. Where is limit? Once AI comes into the picture, there is no limit at all.
How about people? Can we take? Training for SAP finance consultants. Can we take
No,
this
no, this
training?
is not a functional training. This is technical training. And if they want to come and learn, yes, they can learn. But it's completely technical.
Okay.
Bobby, what about
Bobby, actually, sorry, go ahead. Okay,
what
so
about the
Bobby, yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, you please go ahead. I'll wait for you. Complete.
I'm sorry. Let 1 second. I'm stop sharing. I'm stop recording because.